Whether it's growing and engaging the member community within ASHG or informing and educating the general public about the benefits of human genetics and genomics research, there are committees hard at work doing both. Dr. Christina Vallianatos and Dr. Carl Smith are here now in studio to explain how. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Okay, I want to get started with each of you and the goal of your committees. Dr. Smith?
So the Membership Engagement Committee, simple goals there really. One is to grow the membership, whether it's from academics, clinicians, industry, kind of the full scope. And for the existing members, making sure that there's more to engage with throughout the year, not just the meeting, but building those connections 365 days a year really.
And for public engagement?
Yes, the Public Engagement and Awareness Committee, or PEAC as we call it, is really the Society's connection into the community. So our goal is to inform and to engage the general public about the importance of human genetics and genomics research. So our main audience is students and teachers, but also the media, as well as policymakers. And we even strive to help train ASHG members in communicating and connecting into the public as well.
I feel like that's a pretty tall order. Where do you find are some of the biggest misconceptions about the genetics industry, and how do you tackle that?
Yeah, absolutely. Genetics is quite complex, so I feel like there can be a lot of liberties that are taken, when people are trying to think about genetics and really understand all the complexities and nuance. One that I find a lot in my work and on the committee is kind of the concept of genetic determinism, that really there's a lot of emphasis put on I have this gene variance and I will have this outcome. So to tackle that, we try to really have very clear messaging to distill the concepts as simply as possible while retaining as much information as possible as well.
Creating that awareness at an early age.
Absolutely.
That's great. Dr. Smith, what are some of the initiatives that your committee is currently working on to try to grow member engagement?
It's quite a lot really. I think what we find is that a lot of people sign up for the benefits of the meeting and publication. So trying to understand why is that? And really it's about getting people together, mixing with people that you might not otherwise meet. So I think what we're trying to figure out is what does that look like beyond the meeting? I think this possibly ties in quite well with kind of the public engagement side of things as well. As we're trying to get more from industry in particular, it's understanding, well, what's that skill set that maybe doesn't exist so much in the research community that might actually be able to help to that end. And a lot of that might be on, we've got marketers, commercial people whose job are really to talk science and make it attractive. So thinking about, well, what are those transferable skills that maybe, let's say if you're setting up a lab, you need to learn about project management, you might want to learn how to promote your own work a little bit better.
I know there's a big focus on making sure that we're keeping people engaged and we're continuing to work outside of this annual meeting, but I want to ask, how do you utilize this annual meeting and having everybody all together and face-to-face to kind of bolster your growth and engagement? Question for each of you.
Sure. I think one of the most exciting things about being at this meeting is just hearing all the latest and greatest science and, of course, interfacing with all the other members. So to try to keep that energy up, really being an ambassador for our committee and being an ambassador for the field, and talking with each other about the different opportunities that we could have during this meeting and also after to share all this wonderful science that we're learning about here.
I feel like that would be fascinating to be a judge.
And fun.
Yeah. And Dr. Smith?
Pretty much the same thing. It's such a good opportunity to talk to people, meet people, ask people who aren't members, not why aren't you a member, but like what would you need to see? What would make you want to take that step? I think with the introduction of the special interest groups as well, those are a great opportunity to just have informal conversations about stuff that you're passionate about with other people who are passionate about it.
Worth it. Well, thank you both for all the work that you're doing, and thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.